Hello, this is James Hop with Shopsmith Repair. We're bringing you episode 3 of season 2, which is titled, Why Choose a Quality Repair Shop for Your Headstock or Other Shopsmith Tools. Here at Shopsmith Repair, we have the highest standard for headstock repair in the nation. That's backed up by more than 30 years of Shopsmith Repair experience. The fact that we're the only Shopsmith authorized repair center still in business in the United States. And finally, we offer a full 2-year warranty on our repairs. If you're going to select another repair shop, then make sure they service your machine the way we would. This includes replacing bearings with 2RS bearings. We'll talk about this later in the video. Overhaul your speed control. Replace belts. Clean all parts and housing. Full motor overhaul, disassembly, cleaning, and inspection while replacing worn parts, wires, and switches as needed. Installing new labels. Alright, now we're going to cover the reason why your machine fails and you have to send it in for repair. First of all, is the bearings. And we're going to detail that in just a second now. The second item is your speed control. The third item is the control sheave, because the bearing quite frequently goes bad on that too. So those are the 3 major things that we see frequently here in the shop. Now let's cover the bearings that we told you we'd talk about later. The first type of bearing is a shielded bearing, and that has a metal shield right here. This is what comes from the factory. I would say almost 90% of your bearings are shielded. That means it's a metal shield, both sides, and there's a small gap here. This is an air gap. Yeah. And this is the very reason that some of your machines are locking up. The small gap in shielded bearings lets air and grease in and dries up over time. This allows dust to make its way in and harden the grease. You will find at the end it's going to be like driving over a bumpy road, and if it's real bad, it's going to lock up that you can't even turn them. Well, after long enough time, or enough bearings fail, it burns out your motor. Now these bearings are 2RS, or they're defined by the 2 rubber seals, one on each side. You'll notice there's no air gap that allows dust and air to get in over time, and this results in making them last 2 to 5 times longer than the shielded bearings that normally come from the factory. Even if you're storing your machine for extended periods of time, we've experienced no failures. And these seal bearings are the kind we're going to be putting in your machine. Okay, another point, we also offer a tune-up. We're going to do the same things that we're talking about today. We'll go through everything in the machine. It's like a full service, except it's going to cost you less because you don't have any bad or damaged parts. If you wait till your machine breaks, your repair cost is going to be higher. Our average range for repairs is $350 to $800. So if you send it in for a tune-up, it's going to be closer to the $350 mark, and probably less than $500. If you send it in with a broken part, it's probably going to be around $700 to $800. Okay, so that's why I recommend a tune-up or a full repair for you. Now let's talk about the control sheave and the speed control. Right here is the bearing on the control sheave, and a lot of times, that's being a shielded bearing, it will go bad. And when it does, it damages this quadrant, which is this little part here with the teeth. Now, as you can see, these teeth are all wore out, because somebody tried to force that speed control handle. Here's a brand new part, and you can see good teeth compared to the bad teeth. And if you try to force the speed control dial, you can actually break the housing. So avoid that. If you're having problems, send it in for a tune-up, which we will replace your bearings and everything else at that point and repair the speed control. And in closing, I want to thank you for watching this video and remind you that it's about a quality repair. We know your machine top to bottom, inside and out, and we're going to give you the highest quality repair available. You can see all these things here that we're going to do. We know what your machine needs, and we'll put it in perfect running order. If you're interested, you should send it in for a tune-up or a repair. Go to our shopsmithrepair.com website. There's information about shipping your headstock. There's information about packaging your headstock. Go to contact page and you can fill out the form. Do it. And just do it. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything.